Okay, I will present my research topic about the proposed IT governance for hospital based on togaf framework. This paper should be present in icimtech 2021 in Minano Center University. Okay, this is our topic: proposed IT governance for hospital based on togaf framework. The first one, I want to talk about what the problem is. What the problem based on our research. In my research, the first one is we know that IT governance is the methods to show the way to describe what way to build a government methods. This function of IT government methods is to make a planning, organizing the IT resources. This is the tool of IT governance. And we know there is several methods, several way kind of IT governance. So in this paper, I choose togaf framework to build the IT governance for hospital. Okay. The achievement of realizing good governance in institutes related with accurate outline of the institute, so they can be a component of organization plan emphasis. Okay, and then the growth of information technology, as we know, definitely impact in what way hospital in construction improve control in IT resources. Okay. The growing of pessimism in hospital, so they have its impact from the IT utilized in hospital. So hospital methods have to systems, way to control, to planning, and to measure how effective and effectiveness the IT to support their business, especially for hospital in this in my paper. And then based on previous research, I find is condition hospital is lacking appropriate constructive structure, disable of IT resources. So lacking appropriate constructive structure in IT resources is a problem based on previous research. So this research provide to offer the models togaf framework from hospital industry or hospital institution. So the researchers make a solution from the previous research. Okay. Now I will explain about the research method for this research. The first one, the first step is problem identification. I and team make a several observation to the hospital and identification what the problem, IT problem in hospital. I make a observation for the several hospital in Jakarta and I find a problem that the hospital doesn't have a constructive structure to measure the IT resources and how IT resources can effective or efficient to support their business. After we find the problem, so we go to the next step 1, the step 2, design the solution infrastructure. So we choose the togaf framework because I think it's suitable to make togaf framework for hospital. Yes, there's like a similarity process, similarity approach with togaf from hospital, because in the several previous research we find that togaf framework used for the several like hospital. Okay, and after we make a design the framework for hospital, and then we implement this model to the hospital, and then after we make a discussion, and then observation, discussion, evaluation about the model. We get the feedback from the practitioner in hospital. This is the research method. Okay, before we talk about the result, I want to explain about the togaf framework. As we know, togaf framework have each stage. Togaf framework have each stage. The first one is preliminary phase. Framework and principle. We talk about the principle. This phase explains the preparation of hospital management with the aim of ensuring commitment of supporting IT governance implementation. This is the first step is very important because we need commitment from the management to support IT governance implementation. Is the first step, and the first step we have a sub-step. First one, architecture vision. This page talk about the page explain the validation of activities management commitment to related business principle, goals, and support, and adopt management needs to the related company executor, scope and constraint. In this step we talk about the process business and IT, how they can combine between IT and process business. In phase B, the first one is phase A. Phase B is business architecture, and then phase C is information system architecture. D, technology. Phase E, opportunities, and F, migration, and G, implementation governance. This is step by step to develop IT governance in hospital. Generally. So the last one I will talk about the result. The first one, the hospital is they have to build the software infrastructure and application infrastructure. After they completely design the software infrastructure, so the hospital go to the next step. Hospital data. We talk about hospital data storage, and hospital architecture. After complete the hospital data architecture, so the next step in this model is hospital information system. The hospital have to build about the information system and the function service, like laboratorium, medical check-up, etc. And after complete software infrastructure, hospital storage, and then hospital data structure, and hospital AS architecture. So the next step is how hospital can define the business strategy. After the hospital develop the first 1, 2, and 3, and until business strategy, the last one we connected the previous step to the how hospital about the hospital vision and mission. This is a bottom up process. Infrastructure application. Next to the up step, hospital data architecture. Next to the up step, hospital IT architecture, and the hospital business strategy. And the last one is talk about the hospital vision and mission. That is the result of this model. And the last one, we talk about the conclusion. IT governance hospital can help management and help to manage information technology investment in hospital, because they can measure the fund invest and the result of the investment. Okay, thank you. That is my paper. Thank you for attention.